A look inside all the stadiums of the 2026 World Cup. That's what we're getting into today.
It's going to be a lot of stadiums.
I imagine I don't have a number for you, Sam. But we do know that it's being hosted in 3 different countries, in Mexico, Canada, and the U.S. And obviously, like you said, that means it's going to be featured in a lot of different places.
Yeah, a lot of different cities.
Yeah, and I can't imagine the logistics of all that. I guess, though, these players are used to traveling, but I feel like that's a lot longer because if you're traveling around England or traveling around Italy or whatever, right, it's a lot shorter of a trip than having to take a cross-country flight.
Yeah, and you're going to 3 different countries, right?
Yeah, I imagine they're going to have the groups probably situated in one country for the most part, right? But I don't know how that's going to play out when we get to the knockout rounds, whatever. Maybe they'll get into some of that in this. I do know one stadium in Canada. We grew up near Toronto, so they got BMO Field. They're renaming it to something else, World Cup Stadium or something like that, for the purposes of the World Cup. And I think they built it out to like 45,000 people.
I was going to say they would have needed to do an addition for that because that place is not very, it was not very big.
I think it only held like 20,000 people. So I think they've added substantial seating, but maybe they'll touch on this one. Without further ado, you ready, Sam, or do you want to add anything?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
In 2026, the eyes of the world will focus on North America and 16 stadiums with their own legends and reputation. Each of them stand ready to give the world's greatest soccer players a chance to do battle and call their country the greatest in the world. Mexico lives and breathes the game of football, and few stadiums on earth carry the weight of history like Estadio Azteca. Opened in 1966, this colossal arena has been the beating heart of Mexican football for decades, home to Club America and the Mexican national team. In 2026, it will become the first venue in history to host a 3rd FIFA World Cup, cementing its place as one of the game's true cathedrals. Estadio Azteca, temporarily renamed to Estadio Ciudad New Mexico, is the only stadium to have hosted 2 World Cup finals.
Wow.
It is undergoing a sweeping renovation ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The project, valued at several hundred million pesos, is focused on both structural modernization and fan experience upgrade. Renovations include a revamped hybrid natural grass pitch, expanded and modernized locker rooms and player facilities, and new VIP areas, lounges, and hospitality zones. The exterior is being redesigned with sustainable cladding materials, while circulation areas, restrooms, and concession spaces are also being refreshed to handle the surge of international visitors. Surrounding infrastructure is part of a broader Mexico City redevelopment program called Play Fair, Walk Fair, which improves transit, pedestrian access, and neighborhood amenities around the stadium. The stadium will host the opening match on June 11, 2026, along with additional group stage and knockout games, reaffirming its place as one of the most historic and important football venues in the world.
When it came clutch time, when it came down, our backs against the wall, we said, hey, we got to win out from here, and we went on to win 6 straight games and bring the Lombardi Trophy back to New Jersey.
For 2026, MetLife Stadium in New York and New Jersey will be renamed to...
I was so confused for a second. I'm like, why are we getting American football highlights? Because, of course, I imagine this guy's American, so he had to throw that in there. But it's like, where are we going? Oh, okay, right. They're going to announce that New Jersey in New York, right?
I was kind of confused at first, too. I was like, whoa.
Back to New Jersey.
For 2026, MetLife Stadium in New York and New Jersey will be renamed to, you guessed it, New York-New Jersey Stadium. With a tournament capacity of 82,500, it is the largest U.S. venue selected, and it will host 8 matches.
Wow.
5 group stage games, a round of 32 tie, a round of 16 clash, and the final on July 19, 2026.
Okay.
Stadium is preparing with a series of major upgrades, representing an investment of tens of millions of dollars. The state of New Jersey has committed $25 million to build a pedestrian bridge that will reduce congestion and improve access around the venue. In addition, the New Jersey Sports and Exposition Authority has approved $13 million for design work, installation of a hybrid grass field, and specialized pitch maintenance equipment to meet FIFA standards. Beyond these World Cup specific projects, the stadium has also invested in fan experience improvements, including new video boards, an upgraded audio system, and expanded 5G coverage, as well as sensory pods. These enhancements, on top of the stadium's original $1.6 billion construction costs, are designed to improve accessibility, elevate the spectator experience, and ensure the venue is ready to host matches on the global stage.
Welcome to AT&T Stadium,
Texas.
You can't bring the World Cup to North America and not play in the home of the Dallas Cowboys. AT&T Stadium will switch to Dallas Stadium when players take to the field in the great state of Texas. It is set to play a central role in the tournament. With a tournament capacity of over 92,000, it will host 9 matches, 5 group stage games, 2 round of 32 ties, and a round of 16 clash, as well as a semi-final. This makes it one of the busiest and most important venues of the 2026 competition. Perhaps the stadium's most iconic feature is its massive high-definition video board, which stretches from one 20-yard line to the other, and was at the time of installation the largest in the world. This halo of technology has made Dallas Stadium a global showcase for innovation in sports presentation. Few upgrades will be required for the World Cup, with renovations focused on converting the artificial turf field to a natural grass surface, laid on a removable platform to protect the permanent surface beneath. A combination of size, technology, and versatility ensures that AT&T Stadium will not only host some of the most important matches of the competition, but also stand as a symbol of the World Cup's ambition in North America. Next, Mercedes-Benz Stadium will be...
I'm really interested to see the grass, right? Because I've seen that before so many times. You go to one of these countries, right? And they think they've got it all figured out. And the simplest and most important thing is the field. And it's not up to standard, especially the players that are used to, their quality fields that they're playing on in their leagues or whatever.
Yeah, that are maintained all the time.
Right. And then they go to this country that never does this.
Build it out, yeah.
But I am interested because obviously in America and, in other countries that are going to be hosting it, they have a lot of experience in the leagues that they've built for making sure that they keep it up to standards. Whereas maybe, like I think there was a World Cup in South Africa before. It's like, clearly they're probably not going to have as much money going into all their infrastructure and everything, right?
Yeah.
So interested to see how the fields play out.
Yeah, it's also just interesting that they're going to have like a real grass pitch built on top of a fake turf and then expect that to like kind of just stay there, because like to like irrigate grass, you have to water grass. Like it's like, how are you going to do that without that messing with the foundation?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a gardener, so I can't really help you.
I just have a hard time envisioning how that's going to work out.
Maybe we got some gardeners in the comments.
Stand as a symbol of the World Cup's ambition in North America. Next, Mercedes-Benz Stadium will become Atlanta Stadium for the World Cup. It is easily one of the most technologically advanced venues in the world and will be a centerpiece of the tournament. With a tournament capacity of 75,000, it is slated to host 8 matches, 5 group stage games, a round of 32 tie, and a round of 16 clash, and a semi-final. Atlanta Stadium is also a global leader in sustainability. It became the first professional sports stadium in North America to achieve LEED Platinum certification, incorporating features such as rainwater capture and reuse, energy efficient systems, and extensive public transit access.
That's cool.
These innovations have made it a model for environmentally conscious stadium design worldwide. Mercedes-Benz Stadium is investing in hybrid grass field technology to replace its artificial turf, ensuring compliance with FIFA's natural surface requirements. Additional enhancements include expanded seating capacity to 75,000 for soccer, upgraded connectivity and broadcast infrastructure, and improvements to fan amenities to handle the equivalent of 12 Super Bowls worth of visitors over 1 month.
The vision for the stadium was to transform the fan experience, and one of the key parts of it in our mind was food and beverage.
These upgrades build on the stadium's cutting-edge design, its retractable roof and 360-degree halo board, but are specifically focused on ensuring the venue can actually deliver a world-class experience for players and fans on a global stage that it's never seen. Now, deep in the Sunshine State, Hard Rock Stadium is preparing for its own showing on the FIFA World Stage. The stadium will be renamed Miami Stadium for the World Cup and will serve as one of the tournament's most prominent stages. With a tournament capacity of 67,500, it is scheduled to host 7 matches, 5 group stage games, a round of 32 tie, a round of 16 clash, and the 3rd place match. The stadium is instantly recognizable for its semi-open canopy roof, a $500 million renovation completed in 2016 that shades fans while leaving the field open to the sky. This design not only improves comfort in Miami's subtropical climate, but also creates a distinctive architectural profile that sets the venue apart. For the World Cup, upgrades are focused on fine-tuning the venue for global standards. A temporary natural grass pitch will be installed to meet FIFA's playing requirements, along with the field adjustment to ensure regulation dimensions. Fans will benefit from refreshed concourse areas, concessions, restrooms, and accessibility pathways, as well as improved signage and wayfinding for international visitors.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed by the stadium, the atmosphere, the environment.
It gives it a new look, it gives it a new vibe. We needed this.
Behind the scenes, broadcast-grade cabling, enhanced LED lighting, and expanded press facilities will ensure flawless global coverage, while hospitality suites and lounges are being refreshed to align with FIFA's corporate programs. Moving way up north to Canada, rising on the edge of downtown Vancouver, BC Place...
I thought that already had grass, so maybe they're just, making sure it's grass that needs to be used in World Cup matches. But I thought Miami already used grass. You guys can
Like
correct
real
me.
grass?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, you guys can correct me.
It's also kind of funny how they have like these little lounge things where they have like TVs embedded. Because it's like you go to a live game, but it's like, let's still watch the TV.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like stats and stuff that they're going to keep up on that. Or maybe it's one of those things where you can order from the
Oh, yeah, like a touch
screen.
screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I think, I don't know if we've got more US or not, because we started with Mexico and then we went to the US. Now we're going to Vancouver here. I don't know if they're just doing the biggest stadiums in order or what, but
Yeah, maybe they're doing so far it seems like the ones that have the most amount of matches.
True, that makes sense. Yeah, and the was the final in Mexico, did they say? No, the final was in New York, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right, let's keep going.
Because that's the biggest,
This is getting
second
ready
biggest
to take
stadium.
center stage to host.
Pardon?
I think because of the size, they were saying.
I don't know. I don't know about that. Maybe it's because it's the opening game.
Mm.
I can't remember how much the Estadio Azteca was.
Yeah.
You remember?
No.
No. Sorry, guys.
It's the most played sport in the world. It is a landmark of Canadian sport and culture, home to the BC Lions of the CFL and Vancouver Whitecaps FC of Major League Soccer. This multi-purpose venue has now been chosen as one of Canada's 2 host sites for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. During the tournament, BC Place will welcome the world 7 times. 5 group stage matches, a round of 32 knockout clash, and a round of 16 showdown. Fittingly, Canada's national team will play 2 of its group fixtures here, giving home fans a chance to see their side on familiar turf. The stadium went through extensive renovations throughout the 2024 and 25 year to prepare for hosting 7 World Cup matches. For the tournament, capacity will be set at approximately 54,000, with upgrades focused on modernization, accessibility, and hospitality. Renovations include revamped VIP suites, expanded food outlets, improved restrooms and elevators, refreshed locker rooms, and the addition of a new hospitality and event spaces. Visitors can also expect a new center-hung video board, expanded fan zones, and enhanced security and technology systems. There will also be adjustments to the playing surface and seating to meet FIFA's pitch and sightline requirements. The province of British Columbia had estimated the gross core cost of hosting at Canadian dollars of 483 to 581 million, which includes stadium upgrades, event operations, and supporting infrastructure. These investments mark the most significant improvements to BC Place since its retractable roof was installed in 2011, ensuring the stadium delivers a world-class experience for players, fans, and global audiences during the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Toronto's BMO Field will take on the temporary name of Toronto Stadium when visitors arrive in Canada for the World Cup. But the venue itself will be anything but temporary. As Canada's largest outdoor soccer stadium, it has been chosen to host 6 matches, including the national team's opening game on June 12, 2026. The stadium is undergoing a $146 to $150 million transformation to prepare for hosting the World Cup. The upgrades will temporarily expand seating capacity to around 45,700 through the addition of 17,000 new seats in the North and South grandstands. Beyond capacity, the project includes 4 new video boards, upgraded stadium lighting, an enhanced audio system, improved Wi-Fi, and expanded kitchen and concession infrastructure. Fan amenities are being modernized with self-serve concession technology, a new lounge, and a 1,000-person rooftop patio. The playing surface is also being upgraded to meet FIFA's pitch requirements. The renovation is funded through a $123 million investment from the City of Toronto and a $23 million investment from MLSE, reflecting a shared commitment to ensuring the stadium is ready for the global stage. These enhancements will not only deliver a world-class experience for the World Cup, but also leave a lasting legacy for Canadian soccer and Toronto's sports culture. Just outside of Monterrey, Mexico, El Gigante de Acero.
All right, we're going back to Mexico now. I bet these employees and the teams must be loving this, right? Because all this investment that's coming into all these stadiums, it means that if you work there, all of a sudden you get an upgrade in your work environment, or if you play there, then you might have, some improvements to the locker rooms and your training facility, which is great, right? I mean, obviously, I think the hope is, you saw the city of Toronto there investing $120 million, and MLSE, who I believe is the owner, only investing like $20 million. I think the hope is that they're going to recoup, the city's going to recoup from the tourism, from the travel of people coming to the city, more than that. But it shows you the price tags that are coming in at $500 million, on so many of these renovation projects. It's a big ticket. So you got to hope that, plays out enough people. I mean, especially with everything going on in the world right now, right?
Yeah.
Tourism, you hope is going to pick up, and people are going to be willing to shell out the money when they go to these events, right?
Yeah, for sure. And it's just interesting because so far they've talked about a lot of renovations and upgrades. And aside from the turf, obviously needing to be temporarily changed at some of these, Toronto was the only one that I noticed that said they were doing a lot of temporary upgrades, like temporary expansion and seating, temporary additions to the food and beverage.
Yeah.
So again, it's a lot of money to invest into something that's not even going to stick past this event.
Yeah, I think the problem with the TFC, people are not going to fill that stadium.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
45,000 people are not going to show up to watch
Yep.
those games, unfortunately.
Yep.
Now, you could argue maybe they could move something else to that stadium and have, more events or whatever, but that's probably why it's temporary.
Yep.
And soccer in Toronto's sports culture. Just outside of Monterrey, Mexico, El Gigante de Acero, or
Monterrey.
the Steel Giant, Estadio BBVA rises with the dramatic Cerro de la
That's
Silla Mountains
crazy.
as its backdrop.
That's
But during
so
the
cool.
2026
Torch.
FIFA World Cup, the Steel Giant will temporarily be renamed Estadio Monterrey. With a tournament capacity of approximately 53,500, the venue will host 4 matches, 3 group stage games, and a round of 32 knockout clash. In 2025, the Monterrey Organizing Committee completed a 60-day transformation of the playing surface, installing FIFA-approved natural grass, revamping warm-up zones, and creating a new off-field area to support the preparation. The stadium also debuted a state-of-the-art LED lighting system from Musco, which raises illumination to FIFA Standard A, reduces energy consumption by more than 40%, and enhances the fan experience with dynamic color-changing light shows. Additional improvements include technology upgrades, hospitality enhancements, and security reinforcements, ensuring the venue is fully compliant with FIFA's requirements. While the exact cost of the stadium-specific renovations has not been disclosed, these upgrades are part of Mexico's broader World Cup
that just
investment
for you.
program, which runs into the hundreds of millions of dollars across its 3 host cities. High in the hills of Zapopan, Estadio Akron is one of the most striking stadiums in Mexico. For the 2026 games, Akron will be renamed Estadio Guadalajara under FIFA's clean venue policy. For the tournament, it will welcome 4 group stage matches, including Mexico's second group fixture on June 18, 2026. The stadium's design has become a modern architectural landmark since its opening in July of 2010. It was conceived by French architect Jean-Marie Mossad with Daniel Pousset alongside Populous.
No
The
idea who
exterior
they are.
resembles a green hill or volcano with a right roof that's shaped like a cloud resting on top. Estadio Akron is receiving comprehensive renovations. The project, valued at more than 250 million pesos or 12.4 million USD, is focused on both modernization and fan experience. Planned improvements include expanded seating capacity from 48,000 to over 55,000, upgraded roof coverage, and redesigned circulation areas to improve fan flow. Hospitality suites are being refreshed with new VIP suites, lounges, and concession upgrades, while locker rooms and player facilities are being modernized to meet FIFA requirements. These renovations, announced by the OmniLife Chivas ownership group, are intended not only to satisfy FIFA's technical demands, but also leave a lasting legacy for Guadalajara by elevating Estadio Akron into one of Mexico's premier sports venues. Situated between Boston and Providence, Gillette Stadium, or Boston Stadium as it will be called during the 2026 FIFA World Cup, is one of New England's most recognizable sporting landmarks. With a tournament capacity of around 70,000, it will host 7 matches, 5 group stage games, a round of 32 tie, and a quarterfinal. Gillette Stadium also carries a proud soccer legacy. Its predecessor, Foxborough Stadium, hosted matches during the 1994 FIFA World Cup, and Gillette itself staged games during the 2003 FIFA Women's World Cup. Over the years, it has welcomed the US men's and women's national teams, Gold Cup fixtures, and countless international friendlies, making it one of the most important soccer venues in the United States. Gillette Stadium will receive major upgrades designed to elevate the fan and player experience. Originally built in 2002 at a cost of $325 million, the venue has recently completed a $225 million renovation that introduced the largest outdoor video board in the United States, as well as
Wow.
expanded concourses and improved premium seating areas. Along with these upgrades, the stadium is investing in hybrid grass technology to replace its artificial turf, ensuring compliance with surface requirements. Other upgrades include expanded hospitality spaces, upgraded broadcast and connectivity infrastructure, and enhanced security systems to handle the influx of more than 450,000 visitors over the entire span of games.
We deserve a new stadium. They've been winning championships, and only winners get stadiums, and that's what we are.
One of the most historical cities
Philly.
in the US is also getting in on the FIFA action in 2026. Lincoln Financial Field will be renamed Philadelphia Stadium and will welcome all of the world.
So I would assume that they're dropping the name here, like Gillette and Lincoln. They're dropping these names because of the advertisements. Like they don't want to give Gillette more advertising. I assume that they just want to, for whatever the purposes are with FIFA, they're saying, yeah, we'll put it there, but we're not going to call it that name. You don't have any exclusive rights to our matches or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I imagine that's why the name changes. I mean, I prefer it because it sounds better. Boston Stadium,
Well, I think
Toronto
I
Stadium.
was gonna say, I think it's
cool.
just easier for people to keep track of what's happening where
Yeah.
too, right? Like if you're like Gillette Stadium and you're not somebody from the US, you might be like, where the hell is that? You know
Yeah,
what
I think
mean?
it's also kind of cool because like there's so many different places that we're going to, and so like, oh, now we're going to Toronto for this game. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like it's kind of cool that it's just different environments and atmospheres and different people from all different
Well,
places.
it's kind of what the World Cup's about, right?
Yeah.
Like bringing different places and people together. So
Yeah. And so we did clarify with Canada because they mentioned that they're going to be in Toronto and in BC for their matches. So they're going to have to go from BC, Vancouver, fly all the way to the East Coast and do another match. So that's a pretty long flight. So, I mean, obviously they're going to have lots of time between games, so I'm sure they'll be fine. But
yeah,
it's definitely going to be
lots of traveling.
yeah, much more than I think they're going to be accustomed to. So I wonder logistically if that's going to cause some issues. You know what I'm saying? Like teams going all over the place, and then they're going to have to get to their training and to their facilities and any rehabilitation stuff that they have to do. It's
So assuming like flights are on time and all
hopefully
that
it's not
good
a
stuff.
cluster F.
Fingers crossed.
26. Lincoln Financial Field will be renamed Philadelphia Stadium and will welcome all of the world to one of America's most passionate sports cities. With a tournament capacity of 69,000, it is scheduled to host 6 matches, 5 group stage games, and a round of a 16 match. Eco-friendly venues are becoming more attractive choices for FIFA matches are held. Philadelphia Stadium has made a commitment to sustainability. It was one of the first major U.S. stadiums to integrate renewable energy at a large scale, with 11,000 solar panels and 14 wind turbines helping offset its energy use.
Interesting.
These features earned it recognition as one of the greenest stadiums in professional sports. Lincoln Financial Field is receiving a $250 million overhaul for the World Cup. The renovations are focused on both FIFA compliance and long-term modernization. These include things such as the installation of a FIFA-approved natural grass surface, expanded locker rooms and player facilities, and enhanced broadcast and media infrastructure to support global coverage. Fan amenities are also being modernized with new premium seating areas, upgraded concessions, improved restrooms, and expanding concourses to handle the surge of international visitors. Philadelphia is also preparing Lemon Hill Park and Fairmount Park as the official fan festival site. This will create a 5-week celebration with big screens, food vendors, and cultural programming to complement the stadium experience. The proud home of the Kansas City Chiefs will be renamed Kansas City Stadium during the tournament. With the tournament capacity of approximately 76,000, Arrowhead Stadium is set to host 6 matches, 4 group stage stadiums, a round of 32 tie, and a quarterfinal. Celebrated as one of the loudest venues in the sports world, Arrowhead famously entered the Guinness World Records in 2014 when Chiefs fans produced a roar measured at 142.2 decibels.
Wow.
The same energy is expected to make the stadium one of the most electrifying stages of the tournament. Renovations to the stadium have been referred to as fairly major surgery, with focus on expanding the playing surface to FIFA's required dimensions, which involves temporarily removing and reconfiguring sections of the lower bowl seating before restoring them for NFL use. Additional upgrades include new locker rooms, expanded media and broadcast facilities, enhanced security systems, and improved fan circulation areas. The renovation budget is projected at $50 to $60 million, supported by a combination of state, local, and private funding. These investments build on Arrowhead's reputation as one of the loudest and most iconic venues in American sports, and it positions Kansas City to showcase its soccer capital of America identity on the global stage. Rounding out the Texans stadiums for the World Cup is NRG Stadium in Houston. Renamed Houston Stadium for 2026, NRG Stadium has a tournament capacity of around 72,000. It is scheduled to host
These are all
7 matches,
huge.
5 group stage games, a round of 32 tie, and a round of 16 match. Over the years, NRG Stadium has hosted some of the world's biggest events. It staged Super Bowl 38 in 2004 and Super Bowl 51 in 2017, where the New England Patriots had a dramatic comeback against the Atlanta Falcons. It's also been the site of the NCAA Final Four, the annual Texas Bowl, and the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, one of the largest events of any kind in this world. International soccer has long been part of its story as well, with Gold Cup matches, U.S. national team games, and international friendlies regularly drawing large crowds. The stadium is receiving significant renovations in preparation for the upcoming matches. The Harris County Sports and Convention Corporation approved more than $35 million in upgrades, including purchases of a new end zone board and also thousands of replacement seats to modernize 72,000-seat venue. But there are 2 major projects underway. The first involves widening and reconfiguring the playing field to meet FIFA's pitch requirements without reducing seating capacity. The second focuses on hospitality, technology, and security enhancements. Officials describe the work as bold modifications that will align the stadium with FIFA's highest standards while leaving a lasting legacy for Houston. The Pacific Northwest will also get in on the World Cup action in 2026 when it takes over Lumen Field, renaming it to Seattle Stadium. It will play host to 6 matches, 4
Wow.
group stage games, a round of 32 tie, and a round of 16 clash. Among them will be the U.S. men's national team's second group stage match, making the stadium a focal point for American fans. With a tournament capacity of around 69,000 and expandable to 72,000, it will be
Also
one of the
loud.
most atmospheric venues of the competition. Name changes are nothing to Lumen Field. The venue was originally called Seahawks Stadium, later renamed Quest Field and CenturyLink Field, before adopting its current name, Lumen Field, in 2020. Designed by Minnesota-based firm Ellerbe Beckett and LMN Architects at a cost of $360 million, the stadium's partial roof covers about 70% of the seats while deliberately channeling sound back toward the pitch. The stadium has made it one of the loudest environments in both the NFL and MLS. For the 2026 World Cup, the stadium will feature a FIFA-approved natural grass surface replacing its artificial turf. This installation will require new irrigation, ventilation, and grow light systems, ensuring the pitch meets international standards.
Crazy.
The state of Washington has allocated $19.4 million for these upgrades, which also include enhanced security and seating improvements in bleacher sections. The City by the Bay will also welcome soccer fans from around the world to San Francisco.
It's really interesting that this is timing-wise really good for all these stadiums because the NFL doesn't start. I think their preseason starts in like August. The main season starts in September, right? So it lines up perfect that they can do all these changes to the stadiums as they need
And have enough time to put it back.
right? And, I mean, it's a lot of work.
And a lot of money.
Obviously, yeah. But I mean, with the ticket prices that they're charging on some of these games, I looked into it and I was like, oh, maybe I'll go check one out. And it was insane. It was like, I don't know, I think some prices I saw were like 50,000. I mean, it was not every single ticket, but some of these, some tickets are 50K, 10K.
We also have your matches that are going to be way more popular than others, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying though, like you're going to start to recoup if you got 8 matches. It may not seem like a lot, and that's what I was thinking about. I was like, how are they going to get this money back with only 8 matches? Because they have like 16 NFL games in a year, and I imagine they're not spending that much for all these renovations and stuff. But they must be getting some funding from advertisements, from cities, but also from the ticket prices that are astronomical and through the roof.
For sure. And these stadiums are huge. Like a lot of them are ginormal. I didn't realize how big they were.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few of them. I'm actually now really interested to see what they're like for a soccer game because I've seen them before, like the NFL, like at Arrowhead Stadium and stuff in Seattle as well. They both are so loud for NFL games.
Well, I remember once when I was in university, we went to a Buffalo Bills game, like my parents and my brother and me and whatever. And it was, I don't know what stadium that is, wherever the Buffalo Bills play. I forget what it's called, but I remember
Rochester, I think it is.
Yeah, I remember walking like out towards the seats and like looking around at all those people and how loud it was. And I was like, oh, I'd never seen anything like that in my entire life.
That's not even a loud stadium.
Yeah, and I was like,
so I wonder what it's going to be like if it's going to be not as loud because the fans aren't going to be into it as much, right, as they would with their home team, or but like even in Mexico, for example, I can only imagine how wild some of those stadiums are going to be when Mexico's playing, right?
Bleacher sections. The City by the Bay will also welcome soccer fans from around the world to San Francisco-based Stadium, otherwise known as Levi Stadium. The Northern California Stadium will host 6 matches, 5 group stage matches, and a round of 32 tie. With a tournament capacity of 70,900, it will be one of the largest venues on the West Coast and a key hub for the competition. Home of the San Francisco 49ers, Levi Stadium was built at a cost of $1.3 billion and quickly became known for its cutting-edge technology and sustainability. It was one of the first major sports venues to integrate stadium-wide Wi-Fi, mobile app ordering, and advanced digital displays, setting a new standard for fan experience. For the World Cup, the stadium is receiving $200 million in renovations to prepare for hosting 6 matches as well as Super Bowl 60. It's undergoing its most significant refresh since opening in 2014. The upgrades include revamped premium clubs and suites, expanded food and beverage outlets, upgraded restrooms, and new hospitality spaces designed to elevate the fan experience. Technology improvements featured enhanced Wi-Fi, upgraded video boards, and modernized broadcast infrastructure to meet FIFA's global standards. These renovations not only align Levi's Stadium with FIFA's requirements, but also position it as a showcase venue in 2026, when it will make history as the first stadium to host both a FIFA World Cup and a Super Bowl in the same year. Last but certainly not least, the City of Angels will bring star power to Los Angeles Stadium, otherwise known as SoFi Stadium. Given the location, this will be one of the tournament's most high-profile venues. With a tournament capacity of approximately 70,000, it is scheduled to host 7 matches, 4 group stage games, a round of 32 tie, a round of 16 clash, and a quarterfinal. Among these fixtures, the U.S. men's national team's first group stage match on June 12, 2026 will be a centerpiece moment, ensuring the stadium takes on a global significance from the very start of the competition. Opened in 2020 on the former site of Hollywood Park Racetrack, SoFi Stadium is the home of both the Los Angeles Rams and the Los Angeles Chargers. Built at a staggering cost of $5.5 billion, it is the most expensive stadium ever constructed.
That's insane.
It anchors a 298-acre entertainment district that includes retail, dining, residential, and performance spaces. Its design features a fixed translucent ETFE roof that covers the entire facility while allowing natural light to filter through, creating an open-air feel with full climate protection. Stadium faced challenges because its field dimensions did not meet FIFA's minimum standards though. To address this, engineers have replaced sections of the lower bowl concrete with retractable seating modules, allowing the pitch to be widened to regulation size. In addition, the venue is installing a reinforced Kentucky bluegrass system designed to withstand heavy use while meeting FIFA's preference for natural grass playing fields. These changes are supported by new irrigation, ventilation, and grow light systems, ensuring the grass thrives under the stadium's partially enclosed roof. Further upgrades include broadcast and media infrastructure improvements, enhanced security systems, and expanded hospitality areas to accommodate the surge of international visitors. Together, these renovations ensure that SoFi Stadium will be fully ready to deliver a world-class experience for players, fans, and global audiences in 2026. The 2026 FIFA World Cup will transform North America into the stage for the world's game, and each stadium will tell a story of history, innovation, passion, and community. From the roar of Seattle and Kansas City to the spectacle of Dallas and Los Angeles, from Houston's reliability to the Bay Area's sustainability, these venues are more than just arenas. They are monuments to sport, culture, and legacy, ready to welcome the world and echo with moments that will be remembered long after the final whistle. Which ones are you most excited for? I'm hoping to catch a game at MetLife really bad, honestly, and then I think Lumen Field will be pretty cool.
So it makes sense why he had to have the little component of Eli Manning in there, because he's got a New York Jets and a MetLife pump up there at the end. So makes sense now. But anyways, really wild to see the SoFi Stadium there.
That's where all the celebs going to be watching the game.
That's the craziest stadium I've ever seen. Would they say 5 billion?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
something of
insane.
my brain just kind of short-circuited because it was so much money. So
That's wild. Yeah. So clearly some very, very cool upgrades and changes that they've put into this, and they're going all out, which is good to see. You know, it's nice to see, because I would assume that means it's going to be a high quality event.
they kind of have to for some of the stuff because they have to meet regulations from FIFA, right? If they don't, then they can't host it.
Yeah. I mean, I think the last one was in Qatar, and they put a ton of money into that as well. But clearly this is going to be more of a fan experience.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to keep my eyes open for some tickets. What about you, Sam?
Yeah, if you had to pick one of these stadiums that would be your top pick to go to, which one would you pick?
Well, that's kind of hard because location factors into it, right?
Yeah, I
How am I
guess.
going to get there? And, you know, and then the city, do you want to see the city? And
If you're just picking off like what we saw in these stadiums from it being like a cool stadium.
I would probably, like I said, pick one of the latter ones like Seattle or Arrowhead, or maybe at the end there. So
I thought the San Francisco one looked pretty cool.
San Fran as well looks pretty cool.
The Texas one, the Dallas one looked pretty cool as well.
Yeah. So anyways, you guys can let us know down below what your favorite would be. And if you got any tickets and you're pumped up, I'm getting excited now. We're only a couple months away. And, well, depending on when we drop this video, we might drop it closer. If you guys are getting ready to be hyped up, this video might help. But anyways, have a great day. We'll see you on our next video.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.